Live on BT Sport in what is the Rossoneri's first home league game of the season, much anticipated in Milan, where there is a good crowd gathered as you'd expect at San Siro. There is so much excitement, anticipation about the season ahead for Milan after that summer spending spree, more than 200 million euros spent, and of course they kept the man there at the front of the queue. Donnarumma signing a new contract. That was, I suppose, in some ways as important as many of the signings, if not more important really, in terms of the symbolism of keeping him, Chris Perry, that they managed to get that deal done with Donnarumma, because at one stage it looked unlikely that they'd be keeping him.
Absolutely, it looked like he was going to move somewhere, and there were an awful lot of clubs interested. Obviously, so young, so talented, but I think it was hugely important that they were able to keep one of the players that's come through the system and is now so important to this first team at AC Milan.
Cagliari, the opponents tonight, there is Leonardo Bonucci, brought in from Juventus, a signing that, well, if you'd said to me a few months ago that Bonucci would start the season in the red and black, I think I would have said that you were crazy. I think it's just such an unexpected signing.
It was among the surprises of the summer, wasn't it? I think probably along with Neymar's transfer to Paris Saint-Germain, this was the biggest one for me. The fact that they've been able to bring in the player of the quality and leadership qualities of Leonardo Bonucci just shows that the ambition that AC Milan had this season.
What do you think should be their ambition, Chris? Because some people are talking about a title challenge, others say that a Champions League place would be success. Where do you stand?
I think in the first season, I think Champions League would be a good season. I think they may get in the Champions League in and around Christmas, and then see if they can maybe push on and challenge Juventus and Napoli and Roma at the top of Serie A, but it's going to be difficult.
Cagliari, of course, were promoted the season before last and did very well in their first season back in the top flight with a mid-table finish. They'll do well to improve on that, though, this time, won't they?
They will. Small club, currently building a new stadium. It's going to be a tough season. I think they'll finish in the bottom half, but I think they'll survive. They showed enough at Juventus last week to say they're going to be competitive anyway.
There's Massimo Rastelli, who just saw a moment ago there. He was appointed by Cagliari in June of 2015. Formalities done. Let's take a check on the teams. For Milan experimented with a 3-5-2 system in Europe midweek, but that's been shelved for now, and it's back to 4-3-3. Just one change from the 11 that started at Crotone on the opening weekend. Former captain Riccardo Montolivo comes in for Manuel Locatelli, who drops to the bench. New signings Lucas Biglia and Nikola Kalinic are both named on the bench for the first time. New Cagliari signing Gregory van der Wiel isn't quite fit enough to be involved today. There are two changes to the side that began last weekend's defeat at Juve. Having signed a new contract this week, João Pedro is recalled to the starting 11, along with Marcos Sau. What a new look Milan side it is. 11 new signings this summer. Fabio Borini, former Liverpool man, amongst them. Vincenzo Montella, the man in charge, says he doesn't want enthusiasm at the start that Milan have made to turn into euphoria. As he said, that would be dangerous, and there'll be many inclined to agree with him on that score. 5 games played by Milan, they've won every single one of them and are yet to concede a goal. But some have pointed out, I suppose quite rightly, that maybe the standard of opposition is something that will get greater as the weeks go by. Rastelli, what a good job he's done at Cagliari. He says they intend to go for it at San Siro tonight against Milan. Talks about being positive, seizing the initiative. Cutrone really is the man of the moment, isn't he, for Milan? After all that money that Montella and co have spent at Milan this summer, it's one of their own that's come through the system and has been at the club since the age of 8. He was threatening to steal the show. So 11 new signings, renewed hope and optimism at Milan. A club determined to restore former glories and eager to hit the ground running this season. Europa League qualification achieved. An opening day win secured. Now the Rossoneri exceeded expectations last season and caused some upsets along the way. Milan, a club that has its own fans excited and a nation intrigued. 18-time Italian champions, 7-time European Cup winners. They'd fallen so far below those standards, but is this now the start of a true revival? Cagliari, their first opponents at San Siro in what promises to be a fascinating Serie A story. However, Milan do meet, exceed or fall below